In this video, we present Obvio, a graph-based framework for exploring scientific literature. Obvio is a semantic web application that mines bibliographic citations from MEDLINE and uses context to provide researchers with insights into poorly understood associations. To understand associations, Obvio requires two biomedical entities as input. For example, the antipsychotic drug chlorpromazine and the cardiovascular disease cardiac hypertrophy or enlarged heart may be selected as a pair of source and target. The association between chlorpromazine and cardiac hypertrophy was not well understood until 2004, when Jonathan Wren discovered that this drug may be used to treat this disease. To elucidate such associations, Obvio first collects all scientific literature from MEDLINE that contain either of the two entities. The metadata panel shows that there are approximately 12,500 articles on chlorpromazine and close to 28,000 on cardiac hypertrophy in MEDLINE as of 2002, prior to the discovery. Only 2 MEDLINE articles had mentioned both of these entities. Obvio automatically generates subgraphs from these MEDLINE articles, which are shown in the left navigation pane. Each subgraph contains paths, which are further comprised of sequences of semantic predications, which are themselves assertions extracted from the biomedical literature. For example, subgraph 1 contains 3 semantic predications. The first semantic predication states that chlorpromazine treats hypertensive disease. The second states that hypertensive disease causes cardiac hypertrophy. And the third states that cardiac hypertrophy causes hypertensive disease. In subgraph number 5, the association which states that chlorpromazine inhibits calcineurin and calcineurin causes cardiac hypertrophy can be observed. By selecting a labeled edge or an arc connecting any pair of entities in the graph, shows the provenance of the semantic predication in MEDLINE. For example, the lone article from which the semantic predication chlorpromazine inhibits calcineurin was extracted reads as follows. We have found that the commonly used neuroleptics chlorpromazine, trifluperazine, and clozapine inhibit PP2B, which is in fact calcineurin. 2 articles contain the predication which states that calcineurin causes cardiac hypertrophy. The first article explicitly states that we have previously shown that the calcium calmodulin regulated phosphatase calcineurin PP2B is sufficient to induce cardiac hypertrophy. Based on the provenance of these semantic predications, it is plausible that chlorpromazine may be used to treat cardiac hypertrophy by inhibiting calcineurin, which is the cause of cardiac hypertrophy, as reported by Wren in 2004. The relative ease with which this knowledge was recovered using our system makes this approach noteworthy. Additionally, since the provenance of each predication is provided, resolution of conflicting semantic predications can be achieved as part of the discovery browsing process. For example, the predication which states that calcineurin disrupts cardiac hypertrophy was extracted from 3 articles in MEDLINE. The second article states more clearly that the activation of calcineurin is involved in the development of cardiac hypertrophy in the JVS mouse, and calcineurin inhibition may be useful for reducing cardiac hypertrophy. That is, calcineurin indeed causes cardiac hypertrophy, not disrupts, as suggested by the predication. To navigate more complex subgraphs, the semantic types and groups of entities are provided as filters. By selecting the semantic type finding, for example, the semantic predication which states that isoproterenol causes cardiomegaly is obtained. By clicking on isoproterenol, all the entities connected using inlinks and outlinks to this entity in the graph are displayed. The original graph can be restored by clicking anywhere in the black region in the viewer. Notably, the association among chlorpromazine, isoproterenol, and cardiac hypertrophy was the second unknown association discovered and reported by Wren in 2004. Using the approach developed in Obvio, 8 out of 9 existing scientific discoveries have been recovered, which are showcased in this web application. We thank you for watching.